Hello. Happy Tuesday. How's everybody doing today? Two thumbs up. I like it. So we'll give everyone a minute. So somebody share what good is going on in your life, your business. Let's share some wins. Let's start off with some good energy for the day. And don't all rush at once, please.
I
Very
will.
overwhelming. Go ahead.
My daughter just got her real estate license, and so she's going to be joining me. So I'm super excited.
So we can count on seeing her on these calls.
Yeah, she gets to join, right? It's a it's
Yes.
a it's a 2-for-1.
Sure, why not? It's your daughter. Well, she's gonna sit in a
Great.
room. Is she gonna, you guys work together in the same space?
Well, we will. She lives 2 blocks from me,
Oh,
so
okay.
we live in the same neighborhood. She's PTA president for the next 2 years, so she's got all the connections that I don't have. So that's going to be great.
That's amazing.
So,
So,
yep, super excited.
yep. Well, that's great. What else do we have here? Who else has a win? I know something exciting has happened in all your lives between this week and last week. Carol, you always have something interesting to say. What do you have? Carol's on mute. All right, one more minute and we shall get started. Carol, what wins have happened in your world in the last week?
Sorry, it took me a while to unmute here. Um, well, I'm going on a photo shoot for a new listing I have up on the mountain in Mill Valley tomorrow. But it's a fixer. But anyway, it's going to be fun. The woman who called me was referred by a past client of mine, and she's selling this home, and then she's got 2 more to sell. So I get 3 listings off of this guy. So I'm
Three for
excited.
one special.
3 for
Yeah,
1. Yeah. I'm excited. She's
that's
settling
great.
family estate stuff,
That's cool.
unfortunately, but yeah, I've been
Modified
there.
med C, right?
I have been there. So anyway, all right,
Not
thanks.
all right. So let me show you guys all something without further ado. So we're at our final step with Marketing Center. So let me show you this because we've been working on this for God knows how long. Here shortly will be your new and improved buyer consultation. So we have made our own Compass Advantage. You see a table of contents. There's some information about you here, right? I put this in here as kind of like you should put your name on here, but this is my quote, right? Your next move deserves more than a search, it deserves a strategy designed around your life. And as you can see here, normally where there's like lorium, ipsum, carpum, diem, like what the heck do I write here? We put in like suggested ideas of what you should put in here. No more testimonials. There'll be client experiences will be the new testimonials. We have the agent versus service provider, our unique search experience, right? Your story drives everything, your ideal lifestyle, our favorite words, functional flow, access to off-market properties, Compass One. We have our beautiful Compass One for Buyer's Wheel, Compass Collections, enhancing your buying experience, the process, your timeline, writing winning offers, the 2 schools of thoughts for financing, some stuff on multiple offers, the keys to effective partnership, which you still have to just change this picture out, my commitment, our commitment to you, your commitment to us, communications on your term, your business hours, what happens next, right? hear the worksheets, and we look forward to partnering with you.
So
So
this
where
is
we
in our marketing center right now,
not
Chirag?
yet. So no. So what we're working at, I just had a call with the product manager from Marketing Center at Compass today. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. Don't tell anybody. So they're actually they have a new release that's going to happen in the next month called folders. You'll be able to organize all the designs you use most in folders, which will be great because once we add all of our stuff in there, you'll be able to put it in a folder. So now we're just on our final lap. All of our designs are done. And all we need to do is like go through this last publishing step, which they walked us through today. So we're going to try our first test batch because theoretically, right? Yeah, don't ask about folders. It's not available yet. They haven't told anybody yet, but like part of being here is you get to find out about things first. Is we're going to have to see how we put 500 plus emails in for able to publish it once, like they say. So now we actually know how to publish them to your account, where as of a week ago, if one person changed the design, it would have changed everyone's designs, which is crazy. But now they've figured out a way that we can publish into your account the same way. And it's funny. She's like, the only people left that have this are certain like department heads at Compass and very select people. So it's amazing for your clients that you actually have this. So this will give us ongoing ability to, no matter what we create, be able to make and update these presentations and things that we have. So whatever we're talking about in these sessions reflects in your actual presentations. So then we can coach you on the actual usage of it, right? So you got to remember, we put more things in here than you need. There's still like just some generic Compass stuff that needs to go into the buyer stuff, right? And then you use the ChatGPT process of projects to filter down the presentation based on what your client actually wants, right?
So a couple of questions. Is this available only to us? Like the
Yeah,
ninja
it's
people
only
have their own marketing section that we can't get to because we're not ninjas, you know, or
this is only available and published to your accounts. That's it.
okay. And then the second question I had is are we going to also be able to find this somewhere on the CSC website just as a backup, just in case?
No, we can't publish, like I can put the
Okay.
PDF here, right? But that's about it.
But you can't edit a PDF, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Great.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah.
It
I'm
looked
actually just,
fantastic, Chirag. Thank you.
I think this is the best, like it's the reason I think this is going to work so well for all of you is this mirrors the actual process that we're coaching you on to the buyer's consultation, right? And so the challenge that everyone else has that's not all of you is they have a presentation, but they have no idea how it actually goes into the presentation. So in the end, no matter who's pitching against you, I don't care how successful they are, their perpendicular line of what a buyer wants and what they offer is always going to be fragmented, right? Because they don't know how to med see. They don't know how to cut out the parts of the presentation. So in the end, they're always going to go and give the whole presentation, right? All right, so let's get into our conversation for today. And I promise I want to make sure not to take any of Cherish's time. And look, I can't say this enough. I believe what she's doing is arguably more important than what I'm doing, because if you don't know how to talk to people, none of this stuff works. You can have all the presentations. That's why any of you can go to the most successful agents in a marketplace and you have a fighter's chance in your pitch, because you're going to know how to talk to people and tailor the conversation based on what somebody else wants. So when we talk about maximizing Compass tech for buyers, right? It's really creating that luxury experience through technology. But to me, this is about integrated workflows, right? So if you think about products and services, there's an integrated product suite, right? So when we think about what we're doing, how do we integrate all of these things together? Well, your integrated workflow is going to be through presentation materials, the words you say, and organized all in Compass One. That's our integrated workflow. So when you use these tools that are available to you that you don't have to pay any extra money for, you just need to understand the functionality, right? So we're going to talk about how technology enhances client experience, the Compass buyer's tech stack, the ones that we recommend use, Compass One, Compass CRM, Compass Collections, Compass Tours, and what you essentially do next, right? So when people ask you, what is a real estate technology company? How often have you gone in and say, we are Compass, we're a real estate technology company? And people are like, well, what the hell is that? Really what it is a curated, seamless, end-to-end client experience that's powered through our proprietary billion-dollar technology platform. Once you learn how to say this, look, the goal of to be a great salesperson is to isolate the conversation into a place where you can only win, right? So if someone is going against you, and let's look at the two schools of people, right? The other brokerages where I can still never figure out what they actually offer, and other Compass agents, right? Listen, I there's an agent I've been trying to recruit to Compass that does like, her team does like $100+ million. And she's been DMing me on Instagram for 2 years trying to convince me to coach her. And I'm like, you have to come to Compass, right? And so she says, but I'm going to have to pitch against everyone. I go, yeah, but let me show you why our pitch is different. Everyone can work at the same company. Working at Compass is not like buying a Ferrari if you go to, or buying a Porsche. I'm not a car person, but like a Porsche 911, you look under a 911 turbo, it has a specific type of engine, right? Every Compass agent is a different, unique person, personality, style, tech usage, script, listening. There's so many different factors. So when you go to a pitch and you're able to just say this, we're a real estate technology company. Have you ever wondered how that actually benefits you? And this is the script you use, right? It changes the whole experience, because now you look more as a strategist than a realtor, right? Remember this. I always say you know, people think, are you the agent that's going to sell my house in the fastest amount of time for the least amount of money for the least amount of time for the highest amount of money with the least amount of hassle? Do you know what clients think? You're the agent that wants to sell my house as fast as possible for the least amount of money with the highest amount of commission. So buyers think, are you the agent? You're going to find a home for me as fast as possible, get me to pay as much money as possible so you can earn as much money. Well, that's not what we do, right? But if you can't articulate how you're curating a tech stack towards their experience, you're no different than anyone else, because they're not going to have the actualized value of what you do, right? So your tech stack is Compass One, CRM, collections, and tours. This is your whole stack for working with clients. So let's go through this. Compass One for buyers, right? Here are the benefits. It quantifies what you do in exchange for the compensation you receive. Do you think your clients have any idea how much work goes into real estate? No, they do not, right? Number two, whose fault is that? Is it the client's fault or is it our fault? Drop in the chat.
I think we lost him, huh?
Yeah,
It's our fault.
I think it's Chirag's fault.
I don't think he's aware that he's dropped off.
No, I'm
Oh.
aware.
Oh, good.
Was-
Okay.
Was that your fault or our fault?
No, that was my fault. I have no idea. You think I'm in a third world country with some of the weird internet stuff. This is like, I'll tell you this, the truth be told. When we do these large webinars, these groups, I'm always like, oh my God, what happens if my internet crashes, right? Like, it's crazy. So here's what I'm saying. There's insulating your clients. Like, they don't need to know how the sausage is made. They don't need to know about the drama, but like, whose fault is it that they have no idea what we do? It's our fault. And you could really blame NAR for all of this, and because it's not like they're like, hey, you need to be great communicators. They have arguably the worst training in the world, and continuing education should be like, how do you do business with your clients? How do you level up your skill set, your financial knowledge? But they don't do that, right? So it has nothing to do with public articles or anything, because we need to control the narrative, right? And so you have an opportunity through here to quantify what you do. The second one, it is a centralized location for you guys to work together, right? So if you're not doing this, your communication is fragmented through calls, emails, texts, right? Like it's all over the place. It's a partnership versus a service one. What's that, Mai?
Can you change your screen? I'm still seeing Zoom.
Oh, then I clicked the wrong button. Okay, cool.
There you go. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You'd think I've never done this before today. So it's a partnership, right? You have access inside of there to off-market properties. You have collections, which is an interactive search. It's a centralized place to see where all the homes you love are. Any CMAs that you created for property, again, they live in one place. Property tours. Whose job is it to track all the properties they saw, when they saw them, in the feedback? It's our job, right? Now, what we can do is through a feedback doc in our plod notes in the documents and resources section, we can upload all the showing feedback, right? Like how they felt about the homes, any changes to the search criteria. Just make a Google Doc and use the tabs feature. It's really easy. Your team, how many great resources do you have that you share with people? And then I'm like texting Wayne or Serena, like, can you send me Chirag's information again? I lost it. So when people don't have something, what do? They call, email, or text you. Well, you're training them that everything is here. Again, documents and resources, right? One of the greatest benefits to Compass One is you can publish something in the document section and it will notify the client. So for those of us living in seasonal markets, you can publish updates. You can even publish a video, right? But like I did this for a friend of mine that was a performance coach the other day. That's a client. I figured out a chat GBT prompt that he could upload any video and it creates like a full PDF of like what the action steps are. Now imagine you're doing this as a restaurant review, right? You could literally upload the video, use a chat prompt to create a PDF. It notifies them, and you could say, and they'll literally get a notification, and you could start training them. Hey, every week I give you a great thing to do, and like you'll get a notification. There's so many different ways when you actually start using this. And again, it's real-time collaboration. It's what you're doing and what's coming up next. Now, all of these things you need to practice. And do you know who the best person to practice on is first? Anybody? Yourself. So here's what I would do. I would find one person and make them your Compass One accountability partner. You set up your transaction for them. They set up their transaction for you, and start using all this stuff and start talking about it. You have to know when you add something into the document section, what the notification looks like for the client, because it's the only way to speak to it with confidence. We're only taught the agent side. I'm the only crazy person that's like, hey, you need to make yourself the client first and see what the notifications are, what the email looks like, when you click the button, what the screen looks like. This is really, really important. All right, your CRM. You need to document everything to set yourself up for a profitable long-term relationship, right? With your plod note, you can capture like the Med C, follow-up conversations. If Kristen tells me that her daughter likes gymnastics, you best believe I want to put that in, because look, when we're looking for client touch points, gifts, or anything, or her daughter's in 6th grade, or 5th grade, she's going to middle school next year, and I want to call her up next fall. Hey, Kristen, how are you? How was the house? How was the summer? You know, I know you're looking forward to your pool and all these things. What was that like? So how's it feeling having, your girl grow up and go to middle school? It's a really fruitful conversation. I don't believe in this, hey, this is a business call bullshit that people say. Like, they understand that you're a real estate agent. They get it. The only script that you need to do is, if you ask so much about them, you create this discomfort when someone only talks about themselves that they ask for you. Do you know the only line and script that you actually need to say to somebody? So people that have relationships with people align around supporting people's commitments, correct? If your friend told you they made a commitment, would you support them if they're your real friend? Absolutely. So when they say, how's the market? How's work? What's going on? Like, how's your year? You could say, I made a goal to help 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, however many people or families make a move to or from Westport. If you know anybody that I can help, please keep me in mind. That's the only thing you need to tell them. They get it. Right. And then you stop getting those weird calls. I call them like the drug dealer call, like you guys do something illegal. Like I call up Gary. You ever get the call? Hey, Gary, is it okay if I give your number to somebody? Like I want you to give my number to everybody. But if you've gotten that call, which most people have, it means you've not trained your clients properly. Right. And if you're successful, you're become a victim of your own success, because then no one's going to send you business because they either think you're too busy for high-end luxury agents. They don't think you do other price points. No good. Tags, right? Geographic locations, the type of buyer, first-time buyer, move-up buyer, like whatever it is, price point, neighborhoods, and then you could select personal interest, because this is how you can start training. Like you can literally go into ChatGPT and set up tasks. Like I want you to look for all the best activities for kids under 10s and kids under 10 in Westport, Connecticut, and send it to me on Monday. You can go pull up and then you could say after that, write me an email in my voice that I could send all of my clients every Wednesday to say, the weekend ahead. I'm making this up, right? And in that weekend ahead, it could just literally be an email you copy paste because your ChatGPT is trained like you to send to your clients. And then every weekend they'll know what to do. By the way, if somebody sent me that email, I'd be the happiest person in the world. I'd be trying to convince somebody to do it forever. It's the best email. If you're a parent, how many people have kids under 12? Are you not constantly looking for things to do for your kids every weekend? Because if you sit in the house all weekend, it's not pretty. And if you have small children, you know this week before they go back to school is like purgatory. Your kids are home, they're bored, there's no camp. It is crazy. So you want to log the activities. This is really, really important. Every time you call, like not email, but call or text somebody, you want to log the activity and put the notes if it's important. Now, if you ever want to sell your business, this is the only thing they're buying. It's like buying a hotel chain. It's like buying a Four Seasons and you have no client actions, activities. You don't know when Suzanne came there, what she did, what she likes. So the next time she comes, it's blank, right? So this is why activities. Every time you tell your client you're going to do something, just save it as a task and set the date by 3 p.m. Right? So I'm on the Compass One, not Compass One. I'm on the Compass AI beta committee. So I was going through with them the workflow. I said, look, ideally, they should be able to say, log an activity, put the thing in, the thing should prompt them. Do you want to create a task? The task should have a time. So you can just literally go in, click the task button, have the date, all the things you need to do, and what time it's due by, and that the thing should automatically prioritize it. She was really excited. She's like, this is exactly what we need, but that's what they're building, right? And notes, any important information, anything like my son plays basketball, my daughter likes gymnastics, I like sunsets, right? People that send me sunsets, I respond to them in like seconds because I love a good sunset or sunrise, right? And then people are smart and they start another conversation with me, but I'm very engaged because they're engaging me first on what I would like to talk about. So just remember, the sole purpose of data is to be able to make future decisions off of it. All right, there's something missing here. Compass collections. Where did this go? Hold on. That's weird. All right. Two other things in here. Collections, right? Now think of collections as a filter, right? Everyone's functional flow serves as the filter. Now, what's the filter? That's where you get personalized comments, right? If I were all of you, I'd be messing around in ChatGPT by sticking in someone's functional flow and then say, I need to write personalized comments based on this information. See what comes up. Cherish, remember we married you and Wayne on one of the calls last quarter, and when we went through your functional flow and we started putting properties through. Do you guys remember that? Hold on, let me see something. Oops. So that's the whole purpose of collections, right? Now, when you think about tours, you can actually send calendar invites where you have to, oh, here it is. All right, let me show you guys this. Take Wayne and Charlestown trip down memory lane. Look, Tours is amazing. It's the only place to organize this. I don't care what your MLS and showing time is. It's not going to add value to your business, but you can send a calendar invite, just remove the agent's information. And then in the calendar, you have all the places you brought them. And then you could show them in your buyer consultation how you organize this in one place. And really, when you're doing this, you're training them to realize like they can go somewhere else for the information, not you. So here's what we did, and I'll add this, Christine, I'll send you the link. We'll add this in the recap. It says, I'm working with two buyers, Wayne and Charleston. They love going out to eat, and they're not homebodies, looking for a walk-friendly location, and I need to be able to communicate with them in a way that speaks directly to their goals. Ask me 5 questions one by one so you could best understand them, so you can help me write effective emails when I find the home. So we went through and we asked the questions, right? So now here's the cool part. They wanted vibrant dining. They like Asian, Cherish likes Asian food. Wayne likes Italian. They want all of the above, right? Everything within half a mile. Now, so we put a listing in, and this literally says it, like it wrote an email, right? Now, we said, can you write me the email that will speak directly to how this home fits their goals, expectations, and lifestyle I shared with you that's important to them? I couldn't wait to share this home with you because it feels like the perfect match for the vibrant, walkable lifestyle you miss. What makes this home perfect for you? Do you think that you can take this and put this into a collection? 100% as a comment. So if you continue down, we started putting other listings in there, right? I'm going to keep adding properties. I need you to first break down each property by key features, locations, considerations for Wayne and Cherish based on what you know about them. Key features, location, considerations. Key features, locations, considerations. Now write me an email. Now, can you summarize both properties in the same format, highlighting the pros and cons? Pros, cons, pros, cons. Build this into a table format. We started messing around going on Compass and looking at it. List of properties regardless of who the listing agent is. Add the listing price. So as you can see, there is a lot of stuff that you can do through here. So for anyone that wants the thread now, I'll put the link in here. I'm going to send the link to Christine so she can add this into the upgrade. I mean, the portal. Carol, you have a question or a comment?
No, I don't have a question. I have a comment. I mean, and it's just because I see other agents, their collections and stuff, you know, when we're in the office, and they don't put anything in there. And it's like, hello. There's things you can put in too, like let's say there's property in the collection that, you know, sold and closed, and before you move it out of there, you can put in the sales price to list price ratio. You're educating your clients in there. In my MLS, we can tell them whether it was an all cash offer or whether it was finance. My MLS also shows number of offers. So I put in the number of offers. And then you brought this up in past trainings from last year, is there's a lot of really good information in agent private remarks. So we have a public remarks section and a private remarks section. And a lot of times I copy and paste that information into, you know, information in the collection as well. So, and then the functional flow thing is just beauty, you know? I mean, it's like you point out things about why this house is working for them, you know, why you chose it based on what they told you. So you're not just inundating them with garbage. I never put anybody on an auto feed. I hand select everything I put into a collection.
Exactly. So look, this all goes into integrated workflows, right? Like literally, if you just copy the agent only remarks, you're like, oh, wow, I couldn't find this online. There's not a high bar of entry here for all of you, right? So On that note, can we make Cherish the co-host? All right, I ended a minute early today, so if I go the next 4 weeks a minute early, I'll give you back to 4 weeks, the 4 minutes I took for the minute. And look, all of this stuff you can do in ChatGPT. So with everyone, with love in my heart, I love you all. We are almost at the finish line, but we wanted to show you the buyer consultation so you can actually see what it looks like. Marianne had a question. I'd like to get this ChatGPT sample shown today. Do we put the listings curated? Yeah, I would put the listings in there and I would upload the transcript from your plot note and you can go through and just use it in ChatGPT. All right, everybody. Cherish, your co-host. There's the ChatGPT.
I believe so.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, everyone.